I'm Jeremy Franklin. Welcome to MockCon Minute. My guest today is Political Chair Zach Wilkes, a junior from Farmerville, Louisiana. Zach, thanks for being here.
Thanks, Jeremy.
What's the structure of mock convention? How does that mirror an actual convention?
In mock convention, we really strive for accuracy. So if something happens in the convention, we're going to seek to replicate that as much as possible. We're going to have pre-speeches, we have keynote addresses, we have the actual nominations handed out in the same structure as the convention itself. So if you turn on mock convention, you're going to see the same exact thing you see in the convention itself. It's literally an exact mirror of the normal Republican National Convention.
What is the political team working on now to prepare for MockCon?
Well, as you know, it's pretty far out from the convention itself right now, but there's never too early to start research. So right now you start going through, we're looking at counts, we're looking at states, we're really looking at the primary schedule. In addition to that, we're looking at potential candidates. Actually, back in the fall, I decided to do a dry run for the convention itself, and I made my political team predict all open Senate races and House races at the time. I think our total accuracy right there wound up being 96 or 97%, so things went really well. But that was just our first exercise. But actually, this coming weekend, we're having state chair interviews. And after state chair interviews, we'll have 55 new people. It'll expand this political team to roughly 63 total people at that time, and we can really get research moving.
What goes into making the final decision?
Everything. I know it's pretty much a generic answer, but in politics, everything counts. And while you don't think it counts, it probably does. So we will be checking everything from political websites, talking to political insiders, and reading complete gossip sites that are really not worth good information, but it's what everyone else in America is reading too. And as you know, the American public's not necessarily that rational. So we have to read all of these sources and process it down. And when it comes down to that, then we look at percentages, we look at states, we look at potential momentum. Because a lot of what happens in a primary system is the early states matter the most. If you can win Iowa, New Hampshire, and South Carolina, you've got enough momentum going that you can carry the rest of the states, whether you would or not. You're seen as the front runner, everyone drops out. So you've got to look at how the momentum's going to play out well too.
What are the differences between the Democratic proportional system and the Republicans' winner-take-all, and how does that affect the accuracy of the convention?
Okay, Jeremy, I don't know if you've heard, but the Republicans are actually restructuring their political primary system this time. You're starting out with primaries in February, such as Ohio, it's Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, Nevada, I think your early states there, and those states are still proportional. Then you also have states in March that are proportional too. But as soon as March ends in April, all the Republican states go to winner take all. And the difference between this and the Democratic proportional system is if you win a state, you can really make up more ground. Because used to, you could only win a certain percentage over your opponent. But now, if you stay in the game long enough, you can get full majorities in those states. And in 2008, I think you had to have 1,191 delegate votes to win. So if you're just getting proportional wins, you're not going to make up that much if you're behind from to begin with. But it's really going to extend the system out longer. They're wanting to lengthen out the system, which we'll see if it works. It could generate media hype. On the flip side, it could cause for a really long, nasty primary. And President Obama is not going to have to face a Democratic primary opposition this time. So it could weaken the Republican candidate or generate more media hype. We'll see how it goes.
Zach, thanks for joining us here.
Thank you.
For more on the 2012 Mock Convention, please visit mockconvention.com. I'm Jeremy Franklin. Thanks for watching MockCon Minute.